found this topic very interesting. I always wonder what's next. A lot of us that are younger haven't experienced the boom of a revolutionary technology. I have barely any memory of using a floppy disk or fax machines. So what's next in technology? We'll have to look at history to understand it better.
Using an Apple II is very easy. The only hard part is getting your kid away from it.
We usually get very familiar with our daily devices and tend to forget the fact that these devices weren't always there for us to use. This would apply to an older audience, but do you ever wonder sometimes, what did I even do when YouTube wasn't a thing? Or when the internet wasn't a thing? Well, the answer for me to that is, well, nothing, because I wasn't even born back then. But for a lot of people, it's hard to even remember what life was like. Reading books maybe, hanging out with friends. Technology has become such a huge part of our lives, it's hard to imagine a time without it. Looking back, what is the technology that absolutely changed the world and impacted every one of our lives? Of course, it's the smartphone. It's undeniable that smartphones have absolutely changed society as we know it. You can see it everywhere. Wait, sorry, wrong era. Oh god. There we go, that's about right. So smartphones were truly revolutionary. What about the internet?
It spans the globe like a superhighway. It is called internet.
The internet wasn't just a tool that changed our lives at a personal level, but became an inherent part of society and how we function. So it really makes you question, what's next in line? What's the next big technological revolution that's going to change society? Observing that is easier when you look at Moore's Law. Moore's Law is a calculation or observation of technological growth over time. Technology's progress might feel stagnant lately, but another wave of technological progress is almost upon us. Let's look at promising new technologies with real companies working behind them to bring these to the public. Technological eyewear. I'm mainly referring to the contact lenses and smart glasses. A company named Mojo Vision is doing exactly that. They've created a contact lens that has a display in the center of the lens that provides vital information relevant to the user's current situation. Now, the uses for these devices are really incredible, and it's straight out of science fiction. But recent information suggests that Apple might be releasing a new product called Apple Glass. So the eyewear technologies are certainly upcoming. This leads straight into the next technology I want to cover: cybernetics. This is something that's both quite frightening and exciting at the same time. The idea of cybernetic enhancing products will come slowly but surely. There are already countless companies that might take part in this advancement towards symbiosis between humans and technology. A company called Neuralink, created by Elon Musk, already has gone miles ahead in terms of making this a reality. I'm not talking about devices like bionic arms and bionic limbs. I'm talking about sticking a chip in your skull that's connected to your brain. Genuinely frightening, concerning, but also opens up a world of opportunity. Like any technology, I'm sure it'll have its downsides. I mean, sticking wires and a chip into your brain has got to be a huge decision to make for a lot of people. But I feel that society will play a major role in deciding the narrative in terms of how socially acceptable it will become. Imagine looking up on Google how to turn on automatic software updates on my Neuralink chip. This stuff is going to be normal. It's just a matter of making a choice if you want to be part of it or not. I mean, whether it's going to be crossing a line in terms of technology's invasiveness is up for debate, but I doubt anyone's going to stop this. So what can you do with this chip in its later stages? With the chip, you should technically be able to learn any language instantly by downloading a language pack online. Or if you have any existing medical conditions in the brain, the chip should be able to correct the affected neurons and stop, for example, epilepsy from happening. So the applications are incredible, but I'm sure sticking a chip in your head and wires in your brain won't exist without some downsides. Neuralink hopes to have human tests in 2020. That's right, this year. And these chips are already working on animals right now. So this isn't a scientific dream anymore, it's very much reality. So when looking at these technologies, it really makes you question what's going to be the next big thing, what's going to change society as we know it. Well, obviously, no one really knows, but my guess is going to be wearable tech. In particular, smart glasses will be the next in line. Especially knowing Apple is about to enter the market, things will definitely change. everyone remembers the unfortunate failure of Google Glass. There are a few reasons why Google Glass did not take off. The most agreed upon reason is because of its design. Most people don't want to wear something that's going to make them stand out. From the reports on Apple's design, the design seems to be very ordinary and probably will fare better in terms of the public. Sure, it might not look as cool and futuristic, but people will adopt it more readily, as opposed to Google Glass. Whatever the future holds, it's important to be wary of not jumping into unknown technologies without examining possible downsides. And thanks for watching.